fishermen mates abandoned their brand new houseboat sinking in Moreton Bay. A runaway delivery truck takes out 2 Shaler Park homes. Passengers stuck on 2 SeaWorld roller coasters in a blackout. Holding on for dear life, a police officer dragged down the street trying to stop a desperate driver. And Brisbane turns into Tokyo for filming of an action movie blockbuster.
This is 9 News Queensland.
Good evening. 2 fishermen have been forced to abandon their brand new houseboat in Moreton Bay. It was sinking fast when they were forced to make the emergency call for help. Brittany Klein is at South Bank. Britt, we're heading into the 5th day of this heat. How are paramedics coping?
Well, Sam, they've been absolutely run off their feet today with 64 calls for help in this searing heat. To put that in some kind of perspective, that's more than double the amount of calls from yesterday and triple the day before. Paramedics tell me they do have staff on standby just in case these numbers continue to increase. But Sam, we do know that cool change is on the way to hopefully give us all a bit of relief.
Yes, thanks for the update there, Britt. A runaway truck has slammed into 2 homes at Shaler Park, stopping just metres from a person inside. It's believed the truck's brakes failed as it rolled down a long, steep driveway, but somehow avoided nearly every obstacle in its path. One punch victim, Cole Miller's former water polo club, has honoured him a day after a public memorial was held in Brisbane. It's been 1 year since the 18-year-old died from the Fortitude Valley attack. The Brisbane Barracudas released green balloons and held a minute's silence for their former teammate, retiring the number 10 cap as a lasting tribute to Cole. Police had to shut down an out-of-control party in Kingston overnight. More than 200 teenagers flooded Mays Avenue just before 9 p.m, smashing bottles, fighting each other and assaulting police. Officers called for backup, including Polair, before 5 people were arrested and charged. The organiser hasn't been charged. A British court has heard more allegations about entertainer Rolf Harris, on trial accused of indecently assaulting 7 women and girls. One claimed she was with her mother when the 86-year-old touched her inappropriately. Sweltering heat didn't stop thousands of punters and fashionistas getting frocked up for the Magic Millions race day on the Gold Coast. The Queen's granddaughter Zara Phillips mingling with the crowds, but slightly upstaged by her husband on the catwalk. Taking a nighttime dip on the Gold Coast probably isn't what this driver planned. How this car ended up in a backyard pool next. Police dragged to the ground by a car when this traffic stop gets violent. Why this angry customer took matters into her own hands behind the wheel. And the link between head knocks and dementia, the health report all parents need to see.
It's Nicole Kidman's latest Hollywood hit based on a true story. Next week on Today, meet the real-life inspirations behind Lion. Saru and Sue share their story live in studio. Plus your chance to visit the breathtaking Tasmanian locations where the movie was made. Next week on Today.
A Gold Coast teenager is facing charges after a car ploughed into the backyard pool of a Pimpamar home. Police allege the man and his passenger asked the homeowners not to call police before running away. Donald Trump's resumed his mudslinging of Hillary Clinton, saying his former rival is guilty as hell after it was revealed the FBI would be investigated over its decision to announce another inquiry into her emails. The US President-elect, who'll be sworn in a week from today, also took to Twitter to describe sleazebag political operatives who he says are working to bring him down. Clambering out into the darkness of space, 2 astronauts have replaced batteries that power the International Space Station. Solar panels charge the batteries as it moves around the Earth. It was the first spacewalk for one of the astronauts. Seeing your children playing weekend sport, taking a knock to the head or a tumble in the playground can be concerning. Just ahead, we have a bombshell medical report linking them to dementia. Police dragged more than 10 metres by a car. It's a shocking video. We'll tell you the full story behind this run from the law next. Video of 4 robbers smashing up and cleaning out a jewellery store. A woman found alive 18 years after being stolen as a baby. And man makes some new best friends as hundreds of pets find a new home. A remarkable story from the United States where a woman has been found alive after being kidnapped 18 years ago. She was snatched from a hospital by an imposter nurse and never heard from again until now. It's the world's most expensive car. What makes these wheels more than $70 million? That's next. The moment a popular air show goes horribly wrong. A rare polar bear cub has his first checkup. And why Michael Jackson's family is furious about this new show.
Brisbane's drunken violence. The assaults, the arrests, in the battle to rid our bars and streets of the worst offenders.
Do you think you got too drunk that night?
Plus, Cheap TV Spectacular. The special deals just for our viewers.
The TV prices are amazing.
A current affair Monday.
If you've got a bit or a lot of spare cash, this purchase might be for you. It runs perfectly and has the looks to match, but the world's most expensive car, of course, comes at a price. A selection shock for Australia's Test cricket tour of India, that's next. Plus the Raw's gravity-defying goal that has to be seen to be believed. What's got this angry iPhone user so mad it drove her to plough through a shop?
And still packed here on Surface Beach after today's scorcher, but rain and lots of it on the way tomorrow. All the details for you coming up soon.
Australia's Test squad for the Tour of India will be announced tomorrow, with Queensland spinner Mitch Swepson tipped to be the bolter. The current focus is on winning the one-day series against Pakistan after making the perfect start at the Gabba last night. That's all from me in sport.
Thanks, Sam. A new medical alert linking head knocks to speeding up dementia, what you need to know. And Luke has the weather. We're in for a wet Sunday.
Yeah, we sure are. Might see up to 30 mil fall tomorrow in the city. All the details for you coming up next.
Severe brain trauma has long been associated with increasing a risk of developing Alzheimer's disease later in life. But a new study suggests even low-impact knocks, such as concussion, can cause long-term damage. Weather time now, and Luke, will it be as hot as tomorrow?
No, it will be noticeably cooler tomorrow, thankfully. To give you an indication, if we have a look at today's temps, you can see that Ipswich got to 39 degrees today. Tomorrow, a top of just 30. So particularly in the west, you will notice it. Hopefully not as humid tomorrow either. And up on the Sunshine Coast, 33 degrees as well. On the map, you can see heavy rain and showers for most of the north of the country. And fingers crossed, we might see some rain in the southeast corner of Queensland as well. Good news for the one day at the MCG tomorrow. Melbourne will be rain-free, you beauty. Back to us, and we might see up to 35 mil of rain in the Isa tomorrow. Along the coast, just 2 to 8 mil forecast for Cairns through to Townsville. Further south, possible storms for Longreach, Roma and Rocky. Here in the southeast, a lot cooler than today, but still above average temps. And tomorrow's our best chance of any decent rain. 15 to 40 mil expected in Ipswich and the Gold Coast, and we might see up to 60 mil for Toowoomba. On the bay, light winds early, getting up to 20 knots, seas around a metre. And for the city, an 80% chance of rain. And tomorrow will be our coolest day for quite a while. Those temps still getting up around the mid-30s by the end of the week. Down the beach today, over 400 cases of people being stung by blue bottles. There's plenty of them out there and will be again tomorrow. And you'll want to get down there nice and early if you're having a beach day. Let's check it out. You don't need a boat. Old mate here bagged out the other day in his kayak. Great stuff. And guys, good luck to all the nippers returning after their Christmas break. They'll be back on the beaches tomorrow. It will be a busy day, and the northern beach is definitely the best pick to stay away from those blue bottles. Have a great night.
Sounds good. Thanks, Luke. That's our news this evening. More news on our website, 9news.com.au. Thanks for being with us. Good night.